Oh my goodness, not only was this victory against the Patriots so special because it helps the Raiders' playoff chances, but it is even more special because now we have Patriots fans trying to explain to Raiders fans that the NFL is rigged. Oh, that is so rich and that is so sweet, bro. I love it. More on that later, but the Raiders are inching closer to make the playoffs here. There are just a few things they need to happen in order to get to the postseason. So if the Chargers lose twice, the Raiders can get to the playoffs, and also if the Dolphins lose twice. I don't think there's really any other way this can shake out. If one of these two teams does not lose 2 of their next 3 games, then there's no point. There's no chance to make the playoffs. Yes, the Raiders also need a loss here and there from the Patriots and the Jets to also make the playoffs, but all in all, as long as the Raiders win out, they give themselves a good opportunity. But when you look at the Chargers' schedule, they got to play the Colts, Jeff Saturday, Baker Mayfield and the Rams, and then Russell Wilson and the Broncos. So I don't know if any of these teams could really deliver an L to the Chargers. I hate to say it. But with the Dolphins, it becomes a little more possible. They face the Packers, the Patriots, and then the Jets. That's a little tougher schedule than the Chargers. So we'll see what happens, but we know none of this matters unless the Raiders beat the Steelers. So join me live on Christmas Eve, Saturday night, live during the game, doing live play-by-play and reaction, checking out this Raiders versus Steelers matchup. And one interesting matchup we saw after the game was Josh McDaniels hugging it out and giving some encouraging words to young QB Mac Jones. It was hard to tell what he said. I just heard, listen to me, you just got to keep doing what you're doing, something, I love ya. But kind of interesting to see Genius Josh all cozy with Mac Jones. We know that guy looked a little frustrated. And Derek Carr, even though he threw 3 passing TDs, even though I thought he had a pretty good game, for a lot of Raiders fans and maybe for Josh McDaniels, that might not even be good enough. So these next 3 games are actually going to be really important as to if Derek Carr is going to be the quarterback. I think with each win that he helps delivers, you make that more of a reality. But if it's a win like this, where we did see some shaky plays, if the Raiders keep having ugly victories, it's going to be enough to still write off Derek Carr and also write off Josh McDaniels with some of his play calling in the 3rd quarter. According to a lot of players in the locker room, Chandler Jones has been hearing all the negative noise from Raiders fans.
Chan been through a lot. And I'm pretty sure you media people know, people, us athletes, we pay attention to what y'all say negatively. And, I'm not saying that Chan was affected by that or anything like that, but, he's just been chilling.
People have their opinions as far as like sack totals and sack numbers, and that is what it is. But Chan is somebody that comes in and works hard. Not only does he work hard, he teaches the young pass rushers.
It was an emotional game-winning play for Chandler Jones because of this reason. He hears the noise. He knows that he only has 5 sacks this season, in the 40s, and this is for a guy who's highly paid by the Raiders and actually paid all the way up until 2025. The Raiders have to have Chandler Jones be a cornerstone of their franchise, so that's why he's heard the noise a lot this year. But it's difficult to get all the sacks and have those high stats, especially when you're next to Max Crosby. And when you're looking at total pressures in the NFL for an edge defender, Chandler Jones is actually tied with DeMarcus Lawrence, ranked number 20 in the NFL. And in terms of QB hits, not necessarily a sack, Chandler Jones is ranked 15th in the NFL, tied with Danico Audrey. So yeah, he doesn't have the sexy sack stats, but Chandler Jones is still making an impact, getting the strip last week to give the Raiders a shot, and also this week getting a game-winning touchdown. Hopefully he can continue to progress and get comfortable in a Raiders uniform so Raiders fans stop hurting his feelings on the internet. Darren Waller was glad to be back, even though some fans were giving him a hard time for releasing turf toe after the Raiders took a L to the Rams. Whoa, wait. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more Raiders content.
What are you waving to? Waving hello to everybody, or what was the...
That's probably the people that was that were like, where is he at? Why is he dropping music videos? Like, why is he doing all this stuff? But I was just having fun.
So it's great to see Darren Waller has a sense of humor about the fans being upset with his lack of availability this season so far. But he got that 25-yard touchdown, and he looked good in this game. And keep in mind, he said he was ready to go against the Rams. Josh McDaniels decided to not activate him. You can't blame Waller for that. And he made some good plays in this game. And like I said, guys, don't start criticizing him while he's injured, because once he comes back and starts making plays, you're going to have Raiders fans regretting that and start being all over this guy's you know what. And Patriots fans are so upset about taking this L. They believe the NFL is rigged. Even Devontae Parker, the wide receiver of the Patriots, went on Twitter after the Keelan Cole touchdown and said that was not no damn TD, and they are heated about this call. You can see Keelan Cole, the foot is there, kind of on the white, difficult to tell due to the white cleat. But in my opinion, Patriots fans, I know you're not used to this. I know you're used to dealing with creepy ass Bill Belichick, getting every single call going his way, being allowed to spy on teams multiple times and facing very few repercussions because of it. Meanwhile, our former coach sends some emails and he is gone. Adios. So yeah, it takes time, Patriots fans. Sometimes calls don't always go your way, but don't you ever expect to cry on the shoulder of a Raiders fan. No, we've had enough. And yes, this was a great meme. Listening to Patriots fans complain about the NFL being rigged, that is so rich. That is so amazing. Next thing you know, we're gonna hear all the Mahomes simps and the Brady simps complain about the refs not giving them the right call. And it's so funny because we've just watched so many games where they rig it for these guys and then the announcers are just like, oh my God, they're amazing. How did they do the impossible? But when the Raiders get the dub, and yeah, maybe the refs stepped in a little bit and gave us a favorable play, nobody wants to give the Raiders credit, and nobody wants to give Derek Carr credit for having an amazing throw on that final play. Either way, actually was a 52 yards air distance, insane. With a 20% likeliness of being completed, Derek Carr completed his most improbable completion this season so far. But no, because Patriots fans are crying right now. We're not allowed to praise Derek Carr. We're not allowed to praise this Raiders team. Praise the secondary who really stepped up in this game because one play didn't go their way. If this game was rigged at all, the only way it was rigged, in my opinion, was self-sabotage by Bill Belichick. And we know this dude is shady as hell, and that final play to allow Chandler Jones to get the touchdown was sketchy. Why are these people laddering the football? Why are they not just going to the ground and going to overtime? And keep in mind, earlier in the game, Mac Jones had a touchdown completion, but he was called back because Belichick called a timeout right before the ball was snapped. This bro literally iced his own QB, and I think that's why Mac Jones looked pissed throughout the game. Either way, let me know in the comments below if the playoffs are a possibility for the Raiders. Basically need one of these two teams to lose 2 of the next 3, and the Raiders need to win out. Like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe to this channel for more Raiders content. My name is WiFiWillie. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.